more example here. But in this case, instead of giving me the points, they gave me a graph. And on the graph, technically, you should be finding the points. But in this case, I also gave you the points on the graph. Okay? So the points that you'll be looking at, if I don't give you these points, the first point that you have to look for is your vertex. Okay? Your vertex in this case is -1 and 3. So this is your vertex H and K. Now, if I don't give you another point, look for a clear point on your graph. Okay? Doesn't have to be the y-intercept. It doesn't have to be the x-intercept. As long as it's a point on the graph that's clear, no decimals, no fractions, no nothing. Okay? Clear point. In this case, the clear point was 0, 2. Okay? So now I know I have the vertex and I have the x and y. Is it going to be any different than what we just did? No. So what do I start with? Writing the vertex form in general, yes. So y equals ax minus, you have to dream about this form right now. That's when you know that you know it. So I wrote it in general form. Then plug in the h and k. What's my h value? -1. So what happens if I have -1 for h? That's right. Remember, guys, this is where the trick is, right? Negative and negative makes a positive. Right? So if I'm going to write it technically speaking, but I'm going to go back and write it this way. Technically, I should be writing it this way. Right? Because I already have a negative here and I have a -1. Right? But how pretty does that look? It doesn't. So it's easier, it's better, it's easier for everyone to write it is because I know that negative and negative makes a positive, right? So I can actually, instead of writing it this way, I can write it as a +1 and then plus k. Now you understand why it's a, whatever is inside the bracket, you're going to have to switch the sign. Oh, what's k? K is 3. Good. When I'm excited, I make mistakes. Then, what do? Plug in x and y. So what's the y value? 2. 2 equals a 0 plus 1. Good. Bedmass says, what do I have to do first? The bracket. So I have to do 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared. That's also 1, right? Do I have to write 1a? No, right? It doesn't make any difference if I write 1a or just a. So I can write just a if I want. So what do you guys want me to do now? Move over the 3. What does it become? -3. So that's 2 minus 3 equals a. And 2 minus 3 is? -1. So a is -1. That's what it means. A is -1. Do I have to do any other steps? That's it. Now, does it make sense that your a value is -1? Look at your graph.
Yes.
Why?
Because the vertex is
No.
the axis of symmetry.
No. What does a do to your graph? Reflection. Who said that? Applaud. All right. Remember, guys, we said, sorry. Remember that the a value is the one that causes the reflection, right? If a is negative, Negative opens down.
Yeah.
Remember that? So does it make sense that it's negative? Yes, it does. Because my graph is opening down. Hmm? What?